Over the course of his long papacy, Pope St. John Paul II visited 129 countries, logging nearly 750,000 miles doing so. Within months of his election as Pope, John Paul II took his first pastoral journey outside of Italy, visiting the Bahamas, Dominican Republic, and Mexico. Bishop John Yanta, then Father Yanta, organized a bus trip to Monterrey, Mexico, to see and hear the Holy Father.
We invited the Polish people to come, and when Mexican Americans of my parish heard about this, they wanted to go see the Pope too, and nuns and everybody else. So we ended up with 2 commercial buses, and I drove the parish school bus. And so we had 111 people altogether. So we were there with our Polish American Congress and everything that shows that we're Polish.
Pope John Paul II's second trip abroad in June of 1979 was his joyous return to Poland. That same year, John Paul II would make the first of 5 pastoral visits to the United States. In New York, he addressed the United Nations, spoke to students at Madison Square Garden, and conducted Mass for 75,000 at Yankee Stadium and another 50,000 at Shea Stadium. While in Washington, D.C., he became the first pope to visit the White House. But it was his 4th visit to the United States in September of 1987 that was the most significant to the people of Pana Maria. John Paul II would be the first pope to visit Texas, spending 2 days in San Antonio. While Archbishop Flores and city leaders began preparing for an epic welcome, Father Yanta and Father Goebel lobbied hard for the Holy Father to visit their historic town, just 50 miles from San Antonio.
When we heard he was coming to San Antonio, immediately we knew that he would come to Pana Maria, and we were very, very disappointed that this didn't happen.
Father Yanta was chosen to spearhead the planning for the event. He decided to commission a unique chair for the Holy Father for this very special occasion.
I went to a furniture maker of good, sturdy Texas furniture. I saw one of his chairs there, and I said, I'd like to have one like that. How much would it cost me? He said, $4,300. I said, okay, I'm just beginning on this project, and I'll be in touch. Somebody told me there was a fellow that makes furniture, Victor Salas. So I went to see him, and he showed me some things. I said, oh, well, maybe this would be good. I said, it would be nice to have 3 of them. One for the Holy Father, one for Cardinal Casaroli, the Secretary of State for the Church, Vatican, and then for Archbishop Flores. And I said, how much would that cost? Oh, nothing. There's no way I could charge the church. This is my gift, and I know God is going to bless me. So we got them for free, and we used them that night. They're beautiful, and they're right here in this beautiful church of Pana Maria.
On Sunday, August 13th, the people of Pana Maria and other Polish communities in Texas headed for San Antonio.
We had 3 buses going from Pana Maria. We had a Polish sheriff at the time. We had more fun because the sheriff would turn on the whistles and the lights when we were going through a intersection, and we thought we were hot stuff because we were going to see the Pope, and everybody knows we're coming because we had signs on the bus. And we were at Pana Maria on the way to visit the Pope.
The Pope conducted an open-air Mass in 90-degree Texas heat before a record-setting crowd of 350,000. He began his homily with a call for unity between Texas Hispanic and Anglo citizens.
San Antonio is a crossroads of 2 great nations, joined together in a shared vision of the dignity of every human person and a shared responsibility for the welfare of all, especially of the needy and the persecuted.
It was only here for 22 hours on Sunday, August the 13th.
The most memorable thing on that occasion was Father Henry Machigamba. He gave the greeting, and it's something that nobody will forget because it was in the Silesian Polish dialect. And he has a booming voice. He didn't need a microphone out there.
And he had the Pope rolling in laughter because he was talking the old Polish dialect.
That was the highest point in the life of the community over here in Texas, the Polish community, because the successor of Peter, the vicar of Christ, was coming to be with us. That was a miracle.
And it was a beautiful celebration.
The Pope concluded by asking those in the audience to join him in singing the hymn, Mary, Queen of Poland. As he prepared to depart from San Antonio early the next morning, a mariachi band serenaded him from the street. Pope John Paul II died at the Vatican on April 12, 2005. He was beatified May 1, 2011. St. John Paul II was canonized April 27, 2014. Masses and celebrations around the world commemorated John Paul II's elevation to sainthood. But celebrations were no more joyous anywhere than those in the Polish communities in Texas.